Good morning, church family. This is Dave with your crosstalk for today. Scripture for us this morning comes from Luke chapter 10, verses 41 and 42. But the Lord said to her, "My dear Martha, you are worried and upset over all these details. There is only one thing worth being concerned about. Mary has discovered it, and it will not be taken from her." About this time last year, one Friday evening, Brenda and I were headed over to the school for a Panthers football game. Wes was playing, and she had set up lawn chairs earlier in the day so we would have a spot. There was a good-sized crowd, and we were talking to people, and the band was playing. The girls were cheering. The game started. And at the end of a play, I heard a voice yell out Wes's name as he trotted off the field. And I thought to myself, that guy sounds just like my dad. And I turned around, and surprise, it was my dad and my mom and several nieces and nephews that had ridden along. They had come up to surprise Wes and see some football. Now, this was great and fun, but I have to admit for a moment that my mind turned to the details. It was a 4-hour drive, so they were planning on spending the night. And that meant meals and food. And was our house clean enough? And what were we going to fix them for breakfast? And what will we do to entertain these kids? What plans were on the calendar that had to be rearranged or rescheduled? And then I made that part of my mind stop. We only get to see these guys a few times during the year. Am I really going to be worried about these little details that will take care of themselves? I can't help but think that Martha must have been in the same situation. Jesus and friends had stopped by her house in a surprise kind of way, so she put her heart into creating a warm and welcoming environment. But her sister wasn't digging in to help, and Mary sat down to listen to Jesus instead of helping her sister. As Martha complained to Jesus, his response to her can still resonate with us years later. Jesus tells Martha that Mary had discovered it, and if Martha was going to run around being too busy, she was in danger of missing out on it. What was it? Whatever God wanted to do for her, or around her, or through her at that moment for his glory and for Martha's good. Listen to what he says. There is only one thing worth being concerned about, Martha. Mary has discovered it, and it will not be taken from her. I think that our living can get pretty scheduled up. We have lots of choices and options and planners and dates and details. There are times when it seems like there is always a place to be and something to do, right? Are we in danger of missing it? What if God is nudging you to have a little less hustle, a little less busyness? What if we need to create some space where we can just be present with others, especially our family or fellow believers? What if the best way to live your faith today is to put aside less important details and appointments and sit quietly with God or with those that we love? I don't remember now what we ate or even how clean the house was or where everybody slept. But I do remember that we talked late into the night. We played some games with the cousins, and that my dad helped me change brakes on Wes's truck the next day before they went home. There was lots of laughing and catching up and sharing news. God bless you this week with the gift of discernment so that you can discover what his it might be for you. And God bless you with the ability to slow down and lean into whatever he has waiting for you today so you can be present with him and with those who matter to you most.